All right, here we go. There we are. Coolio. All right, I think I'm in a good spot now. There we go. All right, so let's get up here. Oh. Howdy, Xavier. Good to see you in the chat. There we go. There we are. Yeah, okay. Nothing I really want. You know what? We'll do this since I'm up here first. Want to check something? Hey, I am good to see you as well. See, hey, Nick. So, here's the beat. Victoria Homewreck has lost her husband. For some reason, he decided he would go fleeing instead of standing his ground and hunting. Poor silly man. Sometimes he just loses his nerve. But don't worry, we're gonna solve that. We're gonna be looking for him all throughout Cathedral Ward. Okay, yeah, all of this has already been opened. Good to know. Wanted to see if there's anything I could do with the closed doors or anything. Try to get some shots. Nope. So much ash. It's not even that much yet. We're not even at the Great Bridge. All right. So we're back here in no Ashland. Oh. Ow. Oh, why didn't you level? There you go. Oh. Oh my goodness. Damn, Victoria didn't even last a week. No, don't worry. We'll still have our beautiful wedding. Beautiful wedding right here in the Tomb of Odin in view of Viola's corpse. Victoria Homewreck didn't go through all those years of college just to come out a loser. She's gonna win this game of love. You believe me? Okay, cool. Believe you me. Falling to the same fate as Lindell. Yeah, look at all that ash in the air. Yes, Cathedral Ward. Yes, burn the beasts up above. It is funny that they try to give the hint of so much ash, but they don't even bother putting any of the bodies, like, you know, on fire there. They just have like a few guys with like some crucifixes and stuff. Like, it is really funny to me, especially considering like how much they really like mishandled the old Yharnam environmental storytelling, where it's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, you may as well just save this for Cathedral Ward, and then you know, actually like maybe give us the sense of like, honestly, they should have done like what they do in Dark Souls 3 and give us like actual ash piles and stuff, like more bodies, more ash. Like, I get what they were going for, I really do. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. For a second, I thought that was like the corpse or something. I was like, what? All right, let's see if I can make this work, Jet. I have to really raise my my camera, unfortunately. She'll see a woman in her late retirement. What are you talking about? She's in the prime of her life. Too close. Wait. That's not how arches work from software. Remember, chat, Bloodborne is a perfect game with no flaws in it whatsoever. Like Bloodborne, that's not how arches work. You can't just have them clipping through buildings. Move over. There we go. All right, perfect. Cool. Another thing to add to Gascoigne, because I don't think I had a shot of that one guy in the corner there. All right. Okay. So Victoria's gonna be our you know, evening woman. So she's gonna be taking care of all the shots we need before nightfall. Then we have BB on PC Win, giving us the nightfall stuff, and we have two characters that can do Red Moon. Though I didn't do I didn't get the shots of Gascoigne's daughter, unfortunately. The older one dying in the streets. I ended up having to use the one on MessWiki, which admittedly is not very good quality. So I'm gonna have to figure something out there. But like, oh, like, what if, chat? Let's see what we can do. All right, let's edit you. Let's see. How does this look? Again, it could be better, definitely. This is admittedly blowing it up. It's not, it's gonna be a bit smaller, right? It's gonna be, yeah, closer to like something like that than this large thing. Still, I would prefer having the monocular, so we may come back here hoping that the time of day doesn't change the lighting too much here. All right. There we go. All right. See you, Odin. All right, the rest of this we can leave to our other friend. He can kill Gascoigne. All right, Victoria, it's up to you. We already have shots from bombs. Wait. Okay, yeah, it is. I was like, for a second, I was like, wait, did it despawn the exit? I still find this hilarious how this metal ladder is here. It like, you can't even close the latch. All right. All right, leave that. All right, let no one say I didn't get a shot of this. I don't know when I'd ever use that shot, but let no one say I didn't get a shot of it. All right, and here we go. Gonna just let ourselves linger here in case I ever want to get shots of this on the VOD. I don't think so, but yep.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does, always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely, not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. Screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. It's Spread the word. Tell him to come on over. If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it's really funny. Actually, he's supposed to actually also do that little like chuckle laugh thing after he talks about how Yarnum's over, which you're like, well, that seems kind of weird. So I get why the local guys were like, oh, I think we should remove that. That just seems odd. But no, it's actually very, 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 very important. The lost chuckle. And then we have that with our incense and all that jazz. Yeah, probably the one thing I could probably do with a BB on PC is having a camera mod to be able to take a shot of the chapel and stuff with the door closed here, so we can get like the far angle, like something like this, you know, not the distracting open door. Speaking of doors and distractions, he seems like someone who would get bullied and hate Yarnum. Yeah, that's kind of the point they're trying to make, is that the Odin Chapel dweller, he's not someone you would expect to have a very, you know, kind of good-natured attitude given the life he has lived, right? He's not someone you'd expect that he would be, you know, crying if Yarnum were to suddenly end tomorrow. Oh. Oh my god. Almost screwed that up. Almost. I forget, is my weapon +3 yet? No, it's still +2. Okay. Oh, sorry, chat. I was a little distracted because, oh, I don't know if you guys could hear over the mic, but she was making a little whining sound in her sleep. I was like, what? I was like, what are you doing, doggo? There we go. All right, we're gonna not open any of the shortcuts. We don't need to. I may want to get shots of them, of course. Let's go straight for the monocular. Man, I love it when the enemies have iframes when they're getting up. There we go. Yeah, we don't need to go down here yet. I do want to eventually get to Old Yarnum, of course, and defeat Bloodstarved Beast so we can unlock Healing Church Workshop and then the Abandoned Old Workshop. But it's not like an immediate priority. That turnaround that got me. I should have turned my UI back on. Very silly of me. Yeah, so Gascoigne's out, Loran's out. We have Odin, League, and a few. I think, oh yeah, Messengers. That was the other one. I was like, yeah, Odin, League, and Messengers. Oh my god, we're all the way over here still. Ibis rest. Actually, to be fair, Dark Souls 1 resting logic. This would not work. But I still miss having actual checkpoint rests. I need to go back. All right, let's see. We're good here. I don't need to repair my weapon. I don't need a repair. Oh, I never even activated. That was dumb of me. I never even activated it. Oh yeah, for sure. I think you can say the same for Elden Ring too, to some extent. You definitely see the DS3 influence. I think it's the artists. I think the concept artists they got for Dark Souls 3 onward, I think there was a change. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to go back and like check. But I feel like they probably added a few who've really kind of defined the looks of the games. I guess really, it's not really DS3 4, it's Bloodborne going forward, really, right? But you can start seeing it, of course, with Bloodborne. I don't know, it's just like you look at the concept art styles and you're like, there's a certain, like, you know, there's a certain art style that just kind of starts looking familiar when you're looking at the concept art and just how they, like, do and paint things. So I get the sense that that's kind of really influenced the look of the games. Okay. All right. Okay, making that mistake again. The camera's really struggling here. There we go. Sorry, I did not have that much going for me. Of course. You attracted him. Oh. Don't mind me. Oh my. I didn't realize they could do that with their own attacks. The more you know. I heard the nightmare guy. I did not see the nightmare guy. I will admit. But yeah, I feel like BB's influence on DS3 overall is pretty palpable, you know? You can just tell Miyazaki just still had a lot of Bloodborne's ideas on the brain. There's a recent interview, well, not really interview, it's a recent commentary by, I think it was Harada, right? Yeah, I think it was that was right, yeah. And basically it was basically a tweet commentary on like a question about Miyazaki and stuff like that. And there's this thing about where Miyazaki, he told a story where Miyazaki basically kind of sat down, like they were all looking around playing a game or whatever, and Miyazaki was kind of just staring off, thinking, like how would he kind of make that game himself, like how would he, like, you know, deconstruct and like reconstruct it, like what would he do, add, change, throw away. I feel like that's probably the same thing he had going into DS3, was he had a lot of these ideas of Bloodborne which aren't necessarily, you know, absent from Dark Souls, but they were definitely not explored to the same degree, to the same level of development. And he was kind of just thinking like, okay, what about all these things that I ended up exploring in this new world of Bloodborne? Let me go back to Dark Souls. What would be like to express those same ideas there? How does that play out? And I think that was a lot of the genesis for some of the Dark Souls 3 concepts and things that we see, which clearly oh, somebody's awake and not very happy. Oh god, chat, I may be screwed. Chat, I may not be screwed. Chat, I think I may be screwed. Woo! Woo! Chat, I may not be screwed. Can't make up my mind here. Never have I ever wanted an animal to get killed by an enemy so bad. There we go. Yes, I see you, Sonny. Did you have a good nap? Did you have a very good nap? She thinks she's so cute, chat. She's like, here I am, resting here, looking at you. Clearly, you should be paying attention to me. I do not remember that being part of the D-Roll bar, though. I thought it was I feed you, and you give me cuddles or something. I don't think she understands the bargain. Oh, you silly goose. All right, there we go. Monocular. I love these. I love having an entire, like, little bridge thing. Absolutely doesn't exist when you're down there. As we saw, we have an entire archway that doesn't exist at Tomb of Odin, so. Yes, I see you, girly. I do. Very cute. All right. Now we have the power. The sun has now gone from there to there. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know about what they were kind of going for there with the destruction here and stuff like that. I wonder if there was some idea of like putting like explosive barrels or something in this area. Kind of give you the sense that something would collapse, or maybe they put like one of the church giants here, giving the idea that maybe like he fell onto the bridge, but they gave up. Look, the Church of the Good Chalice is now gone too. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, it's even better because the road to the church is still there. They just completely got rid of the church now. Oh, but they kept the sewer bridge the way it is. Oh my god, it's all... Oh. Bloodborne acting like this seems more like Dark Souls worlds intersecting. LOL. Okay, like... I feel like there is definitely a bit of recycling between the settings, though I think, again, there's always that nice angle of it where Miyazaki does a really good job of you know, kind of recycling the ideas, but like in a way that the subtle differences in the cosmology really make a big difference. Like they could have very easily like it could be very like I joke and stuff like being like, oh my god, they're doing hollows again. Like literally it's just hollows. I go through it, I'm making these exact same cases, right? But it's cool, like for example, like say in Elden Ring, they're taking the angle from purely a idea of like life and holiness and life energy and this gold and all that stuff, right? Versus say in Dark Souls, where it's like, yes, it still has to do with life and souls and things like this, right? So there's still that element being in play, but of course it's done in this very specific concept of like Dark Souls and humanity and the larger cosmology surrounding the dark and the nature of the dark versus say that. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's the same, but it's different. And I think I can appreciate that a lot. Because it kind of makes you realize just how much like little changes like that can kind of cascade, and then you add like a different aesthetic on top of it, where it's like, okay, we're not doing medieval fantasy, we're doing Victorian era meets Lovecraft, right? And it just completely kind of like spirals into feeling a lot more distinct. You know, it gives a very distinct, you know, overall vibe and stuff like that. Even if under the hood, you see a lot of the same threads. Yeah, I think I gotta go lower eventually. But first, as I said, this has to come next. Elden Ring and Dark Souls, a Lord of Hollows are two different things. Yeah, stuff like that, right? Like you can kind of, there's definitely like things where you can see like similar ideas and stuff getting recycled, but they but in the specific context of each game, they can be still wildly different, even if they may reflect even sometimes the same thematic ideas. Sunny, get over here, get off the bed. Like why are you acting like the queen on your throne? You know, if you want me so much, get down here and actually chat with me. She just wants me to like jump on the bed or something with her and like screw around. She is not interested. She's not interested in anything legit between us. Okay, yeah, I think this can work, chat. There we go. There we go. She's running off now. There we go. It's amazing, Chad. It's amazing what a monocular does to screenshot flexibility. All right, I might try to let her outside though, so give me 1 sec. Once I confirm the last of the bodies. I see, there are not that many, you know? Yeah, there really aren't that many. Yeah, it might just be. Might just be those. Okay, cool. This is our world we're just living in. Yeah, she's definitely got that this is my world vibe, huh? Okay. Lower church it is. I want to say I've gotten all the shots I want of the lower church with the seal to Old Yarnum closed. So I want to say like, oh, okay, I don't need to get any more shots of that. We're good. So yeah, unless I see like a really, really good angle that I don't think I've gotten before, I think we're just gonna open it. Yes, I hear you. All right, before we head in, like I said, I'm gonna see if I can let the dog out. Nope, she just wanted to stare outside. Okay, sure, whatever. Ba-ba-ba. This game's gonna be messy. One of the first areas is the Tomb of a God. I suppose that's one way to look at it. There we go. There we go. 1 second, chat. I hear her. Now she wants to go out. She is such a diva. All right, there we go. Favorite great one in terms of design? Ooh, that's a toughie. So I like Moon Presence. I love Murgo's Wet Nurse, just overall vibe. Koss is pretty cool. I think Ebrietis would probably be my least favorite. I guess if I had to pick, probably Murko's Wet Nurse. I just think overall, like, just kind of the shadowy, dark, spidery vibe with the stretchy limbs thing is just, it's too good. It's too good for me to ignore. Get down there. Get down there, asshole. Ebrietis would be your pick, Xavier. I also just want to let you know, YouTube translated that to me to "I love drunkenness." Guys, I don't think this AI translation thing. I don't think this AI translation thing's gonna work out long term. Moon Presence would be my least. Yeah, I do like it. I don't know if I would rank it super high though. I don't know. I feel like what makes me like Moon Presence is not necessarily the design itself, but how it is framed in cutscenes. Like that entire Moon Presence arrival thing really gives Flora some aura. Like, no joke. It's like, I think the best part about her. Like just kind of that recreation of like recreation of the creation of Adam scene almost, with the player seeing Flora come in for the first time. Are you aware of Murko's Wet Nurse design origin? I don't recall it specifically in an interview or anything, no. I may have to, like, dig back in MechWiki and see if there was something. I don't particularly recall. Oh. Get in here. Get in here. Better plague-ridden rat than whatever you are, Buster. For a second, I was like, oh, well, you know, gotta do it. And I'm like, wait a second. I have the monocular. I gotta move a little bit to the right. Dark Veil and paintings on Mourning Mothers. Yeah, I can see that. Again, the whole, you know, she's got definitely like the Black Widow look. Oh my god, I just realized a Black Widow and she's spider themed. Fuck. It's always you. Antiquity photos took so long to develop that wait, is it really antiquity now? Like, come on guys, it's only like 200 years old, the photograph. Antiquity photos took so long to develop that if a parent wanted one of their child alone, they would wear black veils so that they could hold them while it was being taken. I guess because you had to sit still, right? So the black veil would make it so that way. Yeah, I guess that would be the idea. I mean, Grim Reaper vibes are pretty like standard fare for any characters you want to give a death thing, right? Like the internal name for Wet Nurse was well, one of them was of course succubus, which again, not the type of succubus you're thinking about. In Japanese it's written the kanji for dream demon. But yeah, so it's written as like, I think it was also, if I recall correctly, it was also written as Death and Darkness Lesser Demon, I think. It's been a while, so I admit I could be misremembering. But I think that was part of it. Yeah, don't worry about taking too long to type, guys. Like, I already get a delay on chats and stuff, though I think it's lesser lately, though I don't know why, because I don't really have control over that stuff. At least I haven't been able to for this. So yeah, no worries. Not in a rush to see all your chats. It's a shame I can't do more. You know, this is not bad, though. Like, all things considered, I'm seeing more than you would expect. Definitely more in the frame. It's like we're supposed to give you a wet dream, so... does wet with blood count? She's really good at that. No, but yeah, it's a play on words, you know. There's no way to see the open door either, so that's a benefit for us. There we are. There we go. I think I'm gonna need a shot of this, but just in case, you know. I used to be a stretch to see the origin of vampires coming from succubi. I mean, it depends. There are several ways to do it, but one of the common ways to write vampire in Japanese is also as like a blood-sucking oni, or, you know, demon ogre, however you want to translate that. But so like that's, you know, still trying to suck out some kind of life force from you, right? So I feel like you can see an overlap between like a vitality slurping demon and another vitality slurping demon, right? But I think for Miyazaki, I think just the idea of like, oh, a demon of your dreams type of thing was more so something that was like, I would be surprised if it was a big influence on the way the Great Ones turned out, as less like Lovecraftian deities and more like very shitty genies. Like, fuck, man, you're really gonna fuck me over every time, huh? I just wish for divinity. Nah. Are there any areas where a Great One's distorted what's supposed to be a normal area in the game? There are signs that in the Nightmare Frontier, the area where we fight Amygdala has been distorted by that boss to make it its roost, right? The term more literally means like a sleeping or resting place, right? As we can see, he makes itself visible from atop the tower, then jumps down to fight us. So we're basically invading its nest, essentially. Like that apparently distorting the land that way becomes comfy. But then it becomes like generic land distortion stuff for the Hunter's Nightmare, which again, you could argue still works because like the Ghost of Kos is working overtime to really, engineer the entire nightmare. So again, there's that. But yeah, that's probably the best argument you can make for, I guess, yeah, there we go. I guess that's the best argument you can make for, I guess the Great Ones, can, terraform now. Can you blame them? Almost no one gives them what they want and they're all idiots. All right, fair enough. Fair. Man, we really love the succubi part, huh? No, but yeah, again, you could there's tons of stuff where you can see the overlap and stuff where Miyazaki's like looking at like, oh yeah, I forget, succubi were originally Arabic. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but the point is that he's probably looking at all these different cultural ideas and things, and he's filtering it down. Again, I just find the Lawrence of Arabia connection with Lawrence and then Loran just kind of funny, Just in general, it's always funny to me when I'm like, oh yes, and this ties back to the Victorian era, and this ties back to the... It's like, goodness me. All right, chat, I've tried taking any shot I could where the door obviously was not going to affect anything, and yet I still did it with the door closed. Be proud of me. Be proud of me, chat. Yeah, I remember taking shots of this, so we got that. Got that. I'm sure Odin did not appreciate all of his followers deciding to just all go crazy just because he got off the Skype call thanks to Rom. I think he'd be like, what the hell, guys? Like, did you even try? Old Testament Judaism. Is there a succubus mentioned in the OT? I cannot remember. There are quite a few. There are quite a few obscure demons for sure. But I don't remember succubus specifically being in there. Everyone considering Great One's evil. Great One's just give me a baby. To be fair, Flora does not care about the collateral damage she does. Like, she doesn't care if she sacrifices an entire city in the process. It actually makes me wonder how Loran handled the Red Moon stuff with her. Obviously, probably any like beastification that happened in her presence, they probably took as a sign that to further reinforce the becoming beasts angle as the path to transcendence. I'm sure. But like, I just gotta think about like, God, how much damage was done to Loran just for trying to summon her? Like, I think there's a very good reason why Flora's official name is the Moon Fiend. You know, literally an evil thing. Like, she's just... I don't know if I would say she is the most outwardly malicious, but she's definitely the most... what's the word? Not casually. Callously indifferent. Yeah, that's the word. That's the terminology. The most callously indifferent to whoever gets harmed in the process. Personally, I think perhaps the most evil one was probably that star that fooled Ludwig. The one that was just kind of like screwing around. Like, man, it's just a prank, bro. Lilith off the top of my head. Lilith is supposed to be Lilith's an older demon that you we see carried over from Mesopotamia. I can't say anymore. Mesopotamian myth. Right. Again, it's mostly Jewish mythology where we get this entire idea of like Lilith as like you know, the first Eve and the eventually like the mother of demons and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, we're not here for executioners. I can always look in case there's something. There we go. Joke's on you, that's also Flora. I mean, it's definitely possible. I just don't think I don't think Flora would be randomly playing around with Ludwig at the same time that he wants you know, at the same time that I should say that she wants a child from humans and stuff like that. That one seems a little counterproductive to me. Granted, yet it is after getting her moonlight, the sword with her power. Yeah, you can always make the argument that Ludwig just overinterpreted what might have been a quote-unquote innocent, you know, an innocent little kind of like play on the Great One's part. Just saying like, look at me, just kind of twinkling and dancing or whatever, right? You can always argue that Ludwig shouldn't have jumped the gun so hard, thinking that he's like some like divine prophet that's received a special revelation just for him on what exactly he needs to do to help get the bail him and Lawrence out of their predicament. There we go. Yeah, okay. Like I said, chat, I've done all the angles I think I can. Let's just open things up. There we go. Get over here, buddy. I really should upgrade my weapon, so as soon as we get down here. As soon as we get down here to the next thing. That's a lot of bones. Again, the metal ladders are so extra. Jeez, chat. I wonder if we're gonna have to worry about poison in the area ahead. The world might never know. It's a mystery. Tony for you's probably done a video about the Lilith and Succubi. Not familiar with that channel. I want to say I have a shot of this note here, but I'll be honest, I don't recall. I love it when my doors open without hinges. There we go. Uh-huh. Oh. I didn't even need to do it, chat. I destroyed the dig site. It's fine. Indy does it all the time. And he's still able to teach at university. I'll be fine. But enough, I'm a fan of his too. Small World. Oh, cool. It's a big YouTube, but a small world. Was it supposed to be a shocking reveal that the Healing Church did some effed up shit to the people of the fishing hamlet in the DLC? I mean, it's supposed to be the big twist, but like, I don't think the twist isn't the fact that the church did something fucked up, because the game, even the DLC, alludes to this very early on. The question is, what exactly did the church do that even they want to keep so hush-hush in the Nightmare, right? Because that's sort of the point. Like, even their secret research facility isn't the secret that the church is so paranoid to want to keep through people like Brador and stuff like that, right? Like, that's not like the root of the Nightmare that they don't want anyone to ever learn about, right? You blame nuts. Guys, I think I learned, you know, I swear I heard the School of Mensa saying Heil Hitler. Yeah, totally. It's totally okay now, Jet. It's not my fault, you know. If it wasn't for the School of Mensis, you know, screwing things up so bad right now, like I would totally be able to preserve this wonderful piece of archaeological history. Yeah, so the point is that, like, the shocking, like, after base game Bloodborne, no one should be like, oh my god, the Healing Church is, like, bad? Like, it's very obvious that they are an amoral institution that had been using, abusing, and you know, manipulating all relevant peoples and factions in Yharnam for the end goal of becoming gods, with the church itself falling apart in pursuit of this mad quote-unquote goal. So like that part I just don't think should be shocking to any players, and I don't think that's what the devs were going for. I don't think it was supposed to be like, oh my god, the healing church is bad. It's sort of like, okay, major questions the base game leaves, like for example, Kos, where did Lawrence get the umbilical cord, to beckon Flora, who is the hunter, who is this seemingly Cainhurstian hunter buried at Gurman's old workshop that seems to have a good connection to the doll and stuff, like who is this female hunter and things like that, with like whose bones are able to even give you like superhuman Cainhurstian speed for a little bit. Like there's a lot of questions that I think that was what the focus of the DLC is supposed to answer. I think also probably the devs felt like the way they handled Ludwig and Lawrence were kind of anticlimactic, because both of them end up just being Chalice Dungeon bosses, and of course they're keeping it subtle, right? But they keep it so subtle about their identities and stuff like that it kind of just leaves a lot of fans probably scratching their head, kind of like, there's these big figures and we never really got to see them, right? Despite the fact that they're supposed to be like so major. So I think bringing the, Ludwig and Lawrence back as explicit bosses through the Nightmare was a nice way to kind of top off their stories and kind of help expand on the characters by kind of like expressing through their karmic punishments and stuff like that on them. So I think that was probably what the big focus was, right? Tell us more about the old hunters like Maria. Tell us more about, the big chief pioneers in the church, namely Ludwig and Lawrence. Tell us more about Kos and how Kos ties into everything with Rom and all that stuff. Because, again, as I point out in my my Loran thesis, originally Ebrietis was Kos, and Flora was Ebrietis. And then, like, the names got shuffled around and stuff with the characters, but you can kind of still see it. There's a statue that was supposed to be for Yahar Ghul. I have to find the reference image I got for it again. I lost. I found it, and then it was something that was apparently, like, on the down low. I accidentally tweeted out about it in public because I completely forgot about where I saw it. I'm like, was that a thing? Like, I can't find the public image. I was like, oh, yeah, I received it in private. But, yeah, there's a statue of quote-unquote Ebrietis holding up Rom, because that was back when she was Kos and was going to be in Yahar Ghul, which obviously was going to connect into Mikolash's speech about Kos, just how you enlighten Rom. So like Ebrietis was going to have a different role originally as Kos, but then that all got cut and stuff, and by the time the base game rolled around, it's obvious that Miyazaki envisioned Kos as being a completely separate character. And the question was just like, how exactly was he going to work that in? And as we see, he ended up deciding he was going to work into the Shadow over Innsmouth plotline. Oh my god, Marika was bad, said the ones ignoring the sewers, the giants, when all of the world literally broke. Yeah, like, it's the same as that in Elden Ring. Like, if you were someone who somehow did not pick up that Marika is not the most... He's not the nicest chap on the block. Like, that's on you. The devs were clearly not being, like, not trying to be coy about the morality of its overarching factions. You can even argue the same for Gwyn. Like how many times did the devs have to literally have speak through character saying it, like, outright for it to get through some people's heads, Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, I gotta remember that. We're not going to Hunter's Nightmare here. Because we're not killing, what's her face. I can look and see if I can get better shots of that grave and stuff for comparison's sake. Now, where... All right. We'll do it. We'll open the door. Come on, get in there. Stop showing me the thing I could use to get inside Cathedral Ward early. All right, yeah, okay. I can't read. Victoria Homewreck never went to all those years of university trying to get her degree no less than 7 times just for her to learn how to read. Yeah, no shortcuts and stuff, so.
You there? Hunter! Didn't you see the warning?
I can't read. Did you not hear me, good sir? Oh, right. I forgot about you.
Burned and abandoned by men is now home only to these.
Are you gonna do anything about the floating statue up there, good sir?
Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunter.
Again, I always appreciate Gwyn's boss theme because it's one of those themes that is like perfectly positioned. Where depending on like which path in the ending you go down, it just gives a completely different vibe. You know, one from being kind of like, you know, again, like that legitimately like kind of sad and sympathetic, like rest now, king, like you've done enough. To like just kind of absolutely pitiful, like, man, you are just so pathetic after everything you sacrificed for, and this is what you've reduced yourself to. For what? Right? It's a really inspired piece. Have you guys seen the happy version of the Gwyn's theme? Like them, like I think I forget what you call it, like keying it up or whatever. It's always funny to me, like listening to that one, because it's like, yeah, it almost sounds like something you hear at like a carnival or something. Look, it's ascending to the high spheres. I can't believe it, chat. The secret to transcendence was becoming stone. The dragons were always right. I can't believe that it all goes back to the path to the dragon. God, these guys are tanky. Okay. Oh God, no. That's not what I wanted. Ow. Didn't need that torch. All right, chat, we're getting out of here. I don't think they'll aggro me from here. Hey, so who's this Olden guy? Hey, Baltoy, always good to see you. My thinking has evolved on Odin over time. I was looking to possibly like some grander things for him, but I think it's actually much looking at the final accounting and what I've written for him already. I think it's more likely, it's very simply, he's just another member of the Lawrence Trader Battalion who ended up actually transcending fairly early on. And then basically said, fuck off, okay, guys, I'm free, fuck you, and basically kind of like left them on hold forever. And then by the time he was like, oh wait, guys, you know, this kind of sucks. I kind of feel like a lack of purpose. I want children. By the time he came back, it's like, oh, they're all dead. Okay. Okay. Oh, like, who are these guys left over? Oh, damn. It basically kind of works his way up from there, and then Rom gets in the way, as Rom does. No, you did not see anything. You didn't see anything. You don't see anything. Do you hear me? Nothing. Yep, see? I'm glad we have an understanding. No! No, you piece of shit! That must be what the Great Ones meant when they sent stones from up high! The meteors, they were telling us, you must do this, but in reverse. It is reverse engineering, as you humans call it. Oh. There we go. This and the tour above the Duke's archives are related. Just wait for my 2-hour video essay on it. Speaking of, what are the crazies in the fandom going with lately? Do we have any new great tree theorists out there? Or anything somehow even more cope at this point? Listen, man, you are my favorite beast patient in the entire game. You just sit there and do nothing. Oh my god, guys. It's Jura's floating cape. It's puppeteering Jura. Oh god, I love how the physics in these games just don't work. Like, no, I'm doing the kneeling animation. It's very important. Oh wait, there you go. Get out of here. Do you have any crazy theories on the Japanese side? Earlier on, like, most of the crazier theories would be like, oh, how is Dark Souls connected back to Demon Souls and stuff like that, which I will admit only sounded crazy because I didn't understand what Demon Souls or anything was about. So like reading any like people connecting and stuff just kind of was disjointed and nonsensical to me. More recently, I have seen like crazier stuff where like people are being like, ah, you know, like maybe, Koth and like Gwyn like have children or something like that. Like I've seen some crazier stuff in the Japanese side. From what I can tell, I think it's just a lot of the JP side is starting to try to like, because you have to understand, like JP internet was in many respects behind the English, the West Side internet for a long time. Like you still have very old style like blogs and things getting done when we were like moving on to like these crazy things with like Java and stuff, or websites are like super like kind of what's the word, like complicated, right? Good or bad. No, I don't need to deal with you. So like at the time, I think in some ways that kind of helped kind of like contain some of the insanity, but I think as in more recent years, as the community has caught up and it's become more interconnected with like say the West Side and stuff like that, I think there's been a greater interest in looking at the English side of the community in terms of like the scripts and stuff. I think it's inspired more creators that kind of go with some of the more out there theories and sometimes referencing even English script stuff where I'm just like, oh no. I don't think it's a majority or anything, but it's definitely out there. And then D-Type. Yeah, like you compare like old Nico compared to like YouTube. Listen. God. Oh, wait, maybe. That's not what I want. That was weird. Have you gotten into Project Moon games or their lore? Project Moon is the people behind Fate and stuff, right? If so, no. I liked Fate Zero. I've never really latched on to any Fate property since.
You are a skilled hunter, adept, merciless. Cut with blood, as the best hunters are.
Oh. There we go. No, not Project Moon. That's Type Moon who I'm thinking of. Yeah, I have no idea what Project Moon is then. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, no, that's Type Moon I'm thinking of.
You are a skilled hunter, adept, merciless.
Yeah. You just had to. All right, let's see. What about this? Can I get any quick shots from here? Usually the Mortal Kongs, they don't usually have the Western mentality, like outer gods fight like Olympia gods. Same for Great Ones. Again, like I'm not gonna like throw that on the community, on the two communities or anything like that, because again, it just depends on whatever the creators are working with and stuff like that. I think it's more so again, one benefit that's always, like I said, that I've always felt is, it's clear I have to kill you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to, but I have to. Anyway, let's get them away from there, and then I'll go back to that corner. The thing with, oh yeah, we should worry about you too. Okay. There we go. Anyway, so the thing with the JP community, it's always benefit from the fact that it will more readily be able to see and pick up on some of the subtler wordplays and things. And obviously, because it's the OG script, they're always going to have that in terms of accuracy and stuff like that. So it's mostly just, again, it's like us, if we're anyone who's interpreting something in your native language, there's always going to be like some questions and some areas of ambiguity. But obviously, it's very different than, say, if you're trying to have some sort of language barrier on top of that. And as a result, a lot of, like I said, especially early on, a lot of the theories were a lot tamer and stuff like that, and a lot more what I would say is accurate, quote unquote.
You are a skilled hunter.
But like, I'm not as plugged in, for example, to. Oh,
I should think you still have dreams.
there we go.
Well, next time.
Damn. Damn. I don't think that I just don't think that a lot of you know, like kind of JP craziness can infest beyond just the typical, you know, there's someone out there who has, like, you know, again, it happens in every community, you know, someone who has like a crazy, you know, idea or something that isn't really justified based on what they're finding or seeing, right? But they really want it, and they try to, you know, reverse engineer everything to fit around it, which again, it is what it is. They did Lobotomy Cooperation, which is like an SCP management game. Oh, okay, then yeah, if it's anything to do with SCP and stuff, yeah, I'm completely out of the loop in that type of stuff. I've never been in the creepypasta side of the internet. It's just never been my thing.
You are a skilled hunter. Adept, merciless.
Of course. There we go. Jira's the Yarnamite version of those vegan girls that post about me being murdered a dozen times a day. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's like, really, Jira? Like, I get it, you know? I feel more bad for like the innocent humans that got burned up with the beasts more so than for the actual beasts.
Skilled hunter. Adept, merciless. Half-cut blood.
What's inspired not having anything to do with, again, still, like, I'm just not into that. I'm not plugged into that side. And it's something that I'm not plugged into, like, Lovecraftian stuff, really. Like, I think the biggest Lovecraft thing that I've been involved in, obviously besides this, is like Darkest Dungeon or something. Like I don't usually, you know, mess with Lovecraft. Yeah, not really adding anything there. Gotta go through all of Type Moon now in order to properly understand Dark Souls. Oh, that's a good one, Baltoy. Yeah, unfortunately, the problem is just getting these beasties to walk around and getting a good shot of them in like their natural environment without them trying to kill me. I can't believe Jura's floating cape is attacking me with a Gatling gun. Guys, look, it may be from that very tower that Odin transcended. All right. As much as I love evil priest music, I think we need to. I think we should switch it up. Switch it up. I can hear the beasties looking for me. How about this one? Yeah, this'll do. Funny how many people include Lovecraft in their works. I think it's just a really neat aesthetic, you know? I think it's just really hard for people to kind of look at the aesthetic of Lovecraft and not kind of feel like, yeah, that'd be kind of neat to mess with, you know? Alright. Yeah, I just want shots of these because I don't really have a lot of shots of the beast patients in my Healing Church article, especially particularly during the old Yharnam incident where I'm putting a special focus on it. I only mention them briefly in passing in relation to the Bloodstarved Beasts connection, right? So I feel like rectifying that. I'd love to get a good shot of you, buddy, but you make it so hard. Oh. Ooh. Thank God Jura's aim sucks. And there we go. We have the chorus of beasts over here. Yeah, go back to your corner. Loki, you have been a great embezzling pastor, a scheming eunuch. I have the voice for it. Shout out to that story Lovecraft did about him being afraid of his AC. No, not that AC, the other one. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Vibes. Oh my. There we go. Is there much left for you to cover for BB? Odin, Blood's Beginning, and it depends on like, oh, so we have as I said at the start of the stream, we have Messengers, we have the League, which will include Henrik, Yamamura, and the oh no, it won't include the twins because the twins are from Forbidden Woods. Okay, yeah, so basically, yeah, we'll include those guys in there. We have obviously Blood's Beginning, which would lay out a lot of the cosmology. I think Beasts and Great Ones will be separate analyses, just kind of break down like the basics to all the beasts and stuff. Like, again, if you guys have read my articles, you've probably picked up on most of the rules, quote unquote, to beasthood and stuff already, but it's just nice to have it all reasoned and laid out and stuff for you guys. Same with my other works in that regard. So gonna want to get something on Beasts and Great Ones kind of like laid out, and then yeah, like I said, League, Messengers, Odin, and I think that would be all then. So really only like 6-7 topics left. It's really yeah, like Bloodborne's very close to being done. Like, I've joked before, like Dark Souls 3 like literally is just like patches. BB is in a similar boat where it's like we're getting very close to finishing. And then Elden Ring, we all know, you have to ask me again in 10 years. Ow! Damn. All I wanted, chat. I should have used my my blood. That was my plan, was to use blood vial right away, but I got distracted. Yeah. Honestly, we can't wait to hear your thoughts on vermin. Vermin. The insects inside of us. Ow! Oh gosh, the damage. I miss you. I miss you when you did nothing. What? Why, my sweet child? What did they do to you? Also, Victoria is still looking for Gascoigne. How could he flee to where there are more beasts? Silly Gascoigne. He should know that if he wants to avoid beasts, he should go to a place with less beasts. Duh. Silly, silly man. Well, that wasn't what I wanted. Wait. Did someone explain to me how doing a charge attack was causing me to take... How doing a charge attack on her back was causing me to take poison? I just noticed that. Don't worry, by the time you finish Elden Ring 2 will come out. It'll confirm half of what I say. Now, yeah, Elden Ring is still very much in the early stages. I still would recommend people take my stuff with a grain of salt. I still need so much more to work on for ER. Damn. Ow. was hoping to get a shot of the guys once I looted the, That's not what I wanted to do, but whatever, I'll take it. I have so many of these shards. I need to get my weapon to +3. This weapon really needs to go to +3. Ah! No! I got cocky! All of my echoes! What do you mean, is there room for Elden Ring? Elden Ring, there's plenty of stuff coming out there for Elden Ring. I feel like I've actually done pretty well getting a lot of stuff out, especially this past year. Oh, you meant like Elden Ring 2 as in the sequel. Okay. So, I've said it before, I don't feel like there is a lot of room for sequels with the Elden Ring universe. I think just the way it's structured and stuff like that, it doesn't lend itself, I think, to sequels in the same way that Dark Souls, and I would argue Bloodborne, do. That said, nothing stops Miyazaki from going to Martin and being like, hey, can you create a new mythological backstory for something that we can try to tie into the larger Elden Ring universe? Yeah, I agree with you, Baltoy. Outer gods are still like, That's where they are. I'm at. Yeah, I did not upgrade my stuff like I should have. There we go. There we go. Now I'm actually doing damage. He's very proud of his 50% accuracy rate with his theories. I just had to confirm half of them. I didn't say it would deconfirm the other half. Yeah. Ooh, darn him. Yeah, I fucking dread the short future of FromSoft, Elden Ring movie, Bloodborne. Again, I'm not gonna dread that stuff until it's out. After it's out, then I'll start dreading. While I'm watching it, I'll start dreading. I'll be like, no, who greenlit this garbage? I will just say though, I know, especially to the Japanese, there's so much prestige in places like Hollywood. I would just tell them, please, just stay away. Take it to like Chinese cinema makers before taking ours, please. Believe me. Have you seen The Odyssey? I just absolutely have zero confidence in that. But hey, if Jacksepticeye is gonna do the BB stuff, like, sure, why not? May as well give it a shot. I can't imagine you could do any worse than some of those brilliant minds over there in LA. Sekiro anime is looking good, at least. I will say the more trailers that come out for it, the better it looks to me. Again, as someone who's very much stuck to the sidelines on Sekiro, the first trailer did the adaptation zero favors. It just looked bad. It looked stilted. Like the animation frame rate looked absolutely horrible. I think that was just the trailer though, because after that, the trailers have been looking better and better. One hell or another. Unless we consider it non-canon and pretend it doesn't exist, like just like the comics. The problem is comics are like just by their nature niche. Film, especially big budget films, are not. So the worst case scenario, it becomes this ugly black mark that everyone will meme about, like Dragon Ball's, what was it called? God, what was that shitty Dragon Ball Hollywood film that came? Oh God, I don't remember. It wasn't Super. But yeah, it could be something like that. All right, fine. I'm not gonna get a shot I want anyway with everything broke. Ah. Over here, buddy. God, Durasane. Oh no. Oh, did you fall? Yeah, there they are. Oh God. I'm trying to save you, assholes! There we go. Evolution! That was the one. The greatest anime adaptation ever made. God. Yeah, I remember you hold that shit because it's just like, oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? What was Derasane about? From what I recall, it was about fairies at a boarding school or something, right? Wasn't that the idea? Like they had some encounters with some fairies or something out there in like the beautiful British countryside or whatever. Yeah. Just not happening, chat. It's not happening. No matter how much I want it to. I'm starting to see why I don't have any shots for my Healing Church article. God, I have like 0 stamina. You really feel the stamina crunch. Yeah, I like the female beast patients too. The veil makes them stand out, you know? God, I hate it when they rob me of my hit! It was a fairy apocalypse or something. Yeah, something along those lines. I just remember a bunch of the kids dying like on the snowy mountain or something like that as you ascend. Wow. Wow. Really? Really, Jura? Really, Jura? Don't they wear the claws because they're afraid of fire? I don't think so. At least I don't see what the connection between that and fire would be with them. All right, there we go. The fear of fire is generally just expressed with the way like we see them kind of like turn away, trying to flee with their like arms up, you know. That's usually what's showing the, you know, the quote-unquote fear. It was something like all the children were abducted by fairies. Yeah, that's something like that. Oh my god. Ah! Jerk!
Flattered. Next time. Give some thought.
Jura, don't make me go up there and kill you. I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted right there. Annoying little shit. I think there's a good screenshot of his cape not glitching out when he's doing that animation either. Huh? Oh, right. Ah! That works! That works! Fine, I'll take it! I don't know why that didn't kill me, but fine. Whatever. Oh god, someone picked it up. Alright, who has my echoes? Oh god, Chad, I'm kind of fucked. Chad, I think I'm fucked. None of them have my echoes. Oh god, it's you. Oh my... How low can you angle that thing? Him. All right. Woo. Yeah, personally, I think the Veils is more about their looks. I think it's more about the idea, kind of like, oh my god, you know, my feminine beauty has been soiled, right? Kind of more playing into that whole, gender differences that we see happen with, you know, a lot of these settings that they like to focus on. In this case, I think I think probably thematically it also works, as we were talking about earlier, with like veils and like baby veils and widow veils and all that jazz. Even bridal veils. There we go. Yeah, there's always something like we have, like, literally, we have the beast chorus praying to their pastor, who's become a blood-starved beast as well, right? Like literally, they're making they're literally doing the Jesus reference here. Sorry to tell you, beasties, I don't think that one's coming back from the dead. Don't think he's resurrecting in 3 days, or in your case, like 3 decades. Yeah, nightmares are always a bit weird because obviously the rules are going to be dictated by the creator of the dream to some extent. And in this case, it's a very vengeful ghost of a god. Hey, buddy. Oh, right. There we go. God, you Tate. Ah! Woo! Good on Jura. I'm so proud of him. By the way, do we have any clue how long does the nightmare last? Nightmares go on in perpetuity. I mean, I guess you could theoretically say, I guess, until the... No, that doesn't work, because in the Bloodborne cosmology, the blood of the spirit is by its nature eternal and everlasting. So yeah, no. Yeah, basically forever. Yeah. If not for us ending the curse, Kos's grudge would have kept all generations of hunters connected to Bergenworth in perpetuity. Anyone who was taking up the lineage, including ourselves, all of their spirits upon death would suffer an eternal torment. And he died. What can we say? Oh, chat, I see that item, that glowing item. It mocks me. I didn't pick it up. All right, back down here. Back down to Lawrence's old hangout. Back when he and Odin were pals. They were bug buddies back at Bergenworth, don't you know? Alright, where the hell? Ah, chat, you know how much more relaxing it is when you have to worry about a goddamn Gatling gun? Raining hellfire down upon you? Ah. Out. Damn. There we go. All right. No, later. All right, there we go. Damn. All right, there we go. All right, here, may as well get our bonus. Wrong one. I have to do this again. I'm a dumbass! Part of Bergenworth floats in the cosmos without a clear host or patron great one, so I think it will remain different. No, that's part of the Nightmare of Mensis. So, once the Nightmare of Mensis ended with us defeating the Wet Nurse and stuff like that, like, yeah, I don't know how exactly it's gonna go, but I I imagine that the study hall is just going to literally plop back into where it was originally, but now, of course, there's a lake there, the courtesy of Rom. So, as I said before, my scenario for Bloodborne 2 is give us the Anor Londo moment. We're going through in like open world Bloodborne or whatever. We eventually get to this weird arcane swamp. It's kind of like Faron Keep swamp, but like, you know, blue and got all these weird like crawler like entities and other bizarre like wildlife and stuff, quote unquote, living there. Then you go and you see a building and you have this strange itching familiarity, but you're like, man, I've never, I don't recognize this place from anything. It's just kind of half sunk, crooked inside there, and you find your way on top of the roof. You go through a broken open window, and suddenly you drop down, and it says Bergenworth, and you're in the study hall, and you're like, oh my god, this is the exterior, right? And then you go out and you find yourself all the way back at Willem's old little study observatory place. So yeah, that would be my my ideal for how to kind of do a sequel to Bloodborne and bringing back old Bergenworth with the Moonside Lake and study hall and everything kind of put together. That would be neat. But again, who knows? Who knows when it will ever happen, if it will ever happen. There we go. Yep, no Victoria head in the way. There we go. Yeah. All right, we get ourselves up here. Yeah, I like one of the things I would really love to get with an open world BB is like From Software goes really hard on, instead of making the world really horizontally wide like they did with Elden Ring, double down on the verticality like with Shifa River and just make it where like the whole Chalice Dungeon complex, you create it. It's just this giant tower, right? Maybe even play around with giving us like a 3D map or something, instead of like the 2D map we get with layers like in Elden Ring. And just make it where like we're actually exploring the tomb complex and stuff like that. You can even make it where yeah, there we go. You can even make it where we get to see you know, maybe parts of Yharnam or instances of Yharnam as they're beginning to be incorporated into the original Chalice Dungeon complex and stuff like that. It would just be really cool. They'll like take us to like, you know, just actually realize like what would Loran actually look like, you know, after all that. Well, you see, like obviously you're gonna see the sandstorms and the sand and stuff laying around, of course, but like actually give us like make it more distinct in things. Like you feel like it's actually a city converted to a tomb. Same with something like like there's just so much more that can be done with the concepts. Damn. Where's the other one? Oh, did I kill him? I think I might have killed him. I think I'm gonna want to reset then. Bloodborne Blood Tears of the Kingdom. Blood Tears does sound like a potential Miyazaki title. I could see it. Guys, look, Parl is right over there. He's so close, chat. I can almost taste him. What do you think beast tastes like? Like chicken or like human? It's gotta be some pretty tough meat, you know? You gotta really saw into it and stuff, right? So it's gotta be pretty goddamn tough, I have to imagine. Also, does eating beasts then count as cannibalism? If they're no longer human, but they once were human? Like, how does that work? Like, if you eat a zombie, it's obviously cannibalism. But if you eat, like, a person who, like, I don't know, became a demon or something, I don't think it counts as cannibalism anymore, right? Human which tastes like chicken, I guess that's one way to look at it. Can you stop being base for 1 second? I'm taking pics here, Lawrence, probably. Listen, buddy, in case I want to get screenshots later, I'm keeping you alive, so, like, just remember that. You live at my discretion. I don't think there's anything I really want from the lower reaches of Old Yharnam. Maybe some shots of the beast from the front, but that's gonna be so... Again, that's the problem. It's like the beast can see you from so far away. Like, aggro is so huge. It's like the hugest thing you've ever seen, chat. You know, they tell me my aggro is huge. That's not the way down. Oh, it's not here? Am I crazy? Wait. Well, it's not over here. Chat, I don't remember how to get inside the rest of the clinic. I remember it being a drop-down spot, but I thought it was... God, I feel like I'm getting, like, bamboozled by, like, world tendency or some shit, but I know that's not it, obviously. Oh, maybe it's over here. Yeah, okay. I think it's over here, right? Oh, I got both of them. Okay. Oh, he's coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. He would be stupid enough to fall all the way. Ah! He goes. Oh, no, it's just the crow. Hugh. I was being like, oh my God, he's falling. God, I would love to get a shot of the Yharnam River with free cam. I already have shot of that chest and stuff, I remember. God, I don't remember what triggers these guys to move. All right, just in case. Also, we're in darkness. We can. No reason to pretend. Just in case I need to crop this with these guys. Damn. Damn. I think they stay that way for the rest of the game. Damn. I got what I could. I'll spin to win. Don't make me. Oh, I got it back. That's funny. All right. Let me put all the bodies back. Human falls from the sky. Not so strange. This is true. We do get the slug woman in the nightmare. All right. Yeah. So in terms of screenshots, besides possibly getting better shots of things that I already have, that's a face that only a mother could love. So besides all that, oh, can you like do this over here, buddy? Like, as you can see, there's a lot of blood splatter and stuff. I just don't want to deal with it. Oh, you want to take this out? Oh my god, man, you sir are a gentleman, gentle beast. Didn't even need the second one. All right, so like this would be the, just get a shot of the whole room. I don't know if I've done this before, by the way. I might have. This is definitely something I could see myself having done before. But let's just do the... That's a face only a mother could love. America, no. I love all my children equally. I never did care for Mesmer. Is this where you get another... No, this is where you get rifle spear. That's it. And then... There we go. Yep, okay. 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 Is something like this without the dead beasts? All right, and then there we go. Window. Window you can walk through. My favorite kind of window. Yeah, we know. We know. Oh boy. I think we can maybe also get the shot from over here. So we go this way. Yeah, shot-wise, I think we're pretty good. I think the biggest thing would probably be, you know, Henrique and the others, but I don't know if we're even going to be able to get that many shots of that. There we go. Man, I can't wait to make myself some pasta after this, chat. Very happy with how the sauce came out. Come on. Just don't bark. Don't bark, you doggo. All right, no alerts. Oh, that one also does the barking, doesn't get the yowling out there. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. That looks nice. That's a nice shot, chat. It's so nice, I'm willing to take 2 of them. All right. We're being incredibly cautious here, as we should. Move ourselves this way. Oh, that might have been a little... That was cutting it close, I think. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Phew. All right, more items and stuff. There we go. Okay. Oh god. This is the most stressful. This is more stressful than the Gatling gun. Because so much could go wrong as I'm doing all this. All right. Phew. I'm glad the beasts agree that music is the best way to pass the time as we're doing this. Actually, no. Oh my god, this worked. Thank all that is holy. Thank all that is holy, this worked. Okay, cool. So I know I have shots of these, I just don't remember if they were any good shots. The song for this here is by Eternal Fantasy Sounds, The Library Beneath the Water. Just some nice generic stuff to kind of keep there. All right. All right, chat. I'm feeling pretty good about what we got here. Oh, that's so perfect. Sunny, you want to come over here, girly? Sunny, come on. She's like, nah, doing my own thing. Places in Orlando with werewolves. Yeah, I can see it. Damn. You were the one I didn't want. Oh, wow. That's a lot more damage than I thought. DRM free? I I am not 100% on. I assume no? I don't remember what the laws for AI is at the moment. I don't think you can get a copyright for that type of... Oh! Ow! I'm getting killed. Bye-bye. Yeah, I see why I got confused, because it's like, oh yeah, you dropped down. I thought it was a drop, then a drop, but no, it's the wrong drop. Yeah, I would love to get shots of you guys standing there, but unfortunately... I will say, I appreciate that From Software redoes the whole door sequence thing every time. They could have just, like, stopped the first time and made it where the monster just kind of, the beast just kind of, you know, roams around, but they didn't. Damn. That was weird. Ah! Pretty sure the channel is, at least. Doesn't YouTube have a thing? Let me double... Yeah, YouTube has a thing now, so they mark it. I think this is screwed up. I don't think I can redo that. Oh, there we go. Now, if it was for the last one I had up... 1 second. That one I don't remember the title off the top of my head either. 1 second. There we go. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm getting attacked anyway. Give me 5 seconds. Answer your question. Oh, they're all powered up. I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. Oh. Somehow not dead. God, you really feel the lack of stamina. I'm so used to having so much stamina on my main. It's not that much you'd think, but like it feels it. Why are there so many of you? All right, so, and then the last one was, 1 sec. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one is just, yeah, free BGM, basically Evil Priest. It's all in Japanese and stuff. I know I posted on the Discord a while back. That one I really liked just because I thought like, oh wow, like especially the starting tune. That one is just so unique. Also helps the thumbnail. Yeah, these guys just stood around. Yeah, I'm starting to see why I don't have a lot of shots. It's either really annoying because of how easy it is to aggro enemies. You can't really get like angles where they won't like do their stuff where they'll get right on your ass. Or they will do... There we go. Or they'll put them in places where you're not going to get good shots of them anyway. Like, oh my god, a beast resting inside a giant corpse pile covered in smoke. Man, so much potential for photos. Grant us stamina, Grant. Yeah, forget Grant's eyes. I have eyes. The beasts have eyes. I can tell. They can see me from a mile away. Give me some stamina. I know I can get a good shot of that. I know I can do it with my monocular. Come on, give me it. There we go. There we go. Yes. None of you are gonna roar? I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but like, of course, as soon as I stand up, you piece of shit. Would be cool if like one of you was like roaring in the middle of the ah. Of course, the other one now just decides it's gonna play ball. Oh god. Close to death. Yeah, again, it makes sense. It's just, it really sucks for the purposes of getting photo without an actual camera mod, you know? Extra. See, that's why we gotta stick our hands up their butts, chat. We gotta get out the eye of ghosts. Yeah, we know what happens if I move from here. So we're not gonna do that. We're not killing Bloodstarved Beast this stream. Wait. Miyazaki? What the hell did you do, D? What the hell did you do? What'd you do to Cathedral Ward? Oh my god. Remember, guys, we love to praise these people for their environmental storytelling. The story here is that a dev got really lazy. He wanted to be on lunch break already. Tanaka-san was tired of the overtime. Oh, that second one's no-go. Yeah. I guess if I want to crop it, but like, screw that. Damn. He's not even holding anything. All right. Ooh, actually. I wanted to see if maybe I could do some shenanigans with lock on. No, it doesn't look like it. All right, that's enough options. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Get down here, asshole. You want to get some pellets? Just come down here in the alleyway with me, kids, and I'll sell you the good stuff. That's how it went down, chat. That's how old Yarnum fell. Couldn't keep the drugs away from the kids. Miyazaki, give us a camera mod and my life is yours. I'm actually the opposite. I'm like, Miyazaki, never give me a camera mod and my life stays yours. And then I'm just like, give me Bloodborne on PC so someone can mod in the camera and then my life is yours. I'll give you 2 of my lives. I'll give you my children's lives and my children's children's and my children's children thereafter. Yeah, nothing new here? Okay. 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 They just went back to praying, huh? Oh. I see my dilemma now. Indeed. All right, no shortcuts. Curse the content creator and their children do, and their children forever true. Ain't there a way to light the thing on fire? Oh yeah, totally. But I don't want to. I don't need to. Doesn't really benefit me in terms of the analysis in any way. Just unnecessary. How many of those clocked? Well, I have plenty. I've got enough to handle Bloodstarved. But first.
Welcome. Very well.
Oh my, yeah. Shut up. I like it better when you're just a doll. That's not enough. Not worth it. Let's do strength, a little more damage. Get our damage up a bit. Yeah, you have to. It's the oil little jugs that I was focusing on earlier when we were going through the platforms. You just knock those. You just hit the rope on those. They'll fall down. They'll explode, and they'll set the Bloodstarved beast and everything around him on fire. And then yeah. All right, so next time, chat, we are going to probably kill Bloodstarved, get any shots I want for Hunter's Workshop, and then Abandoned Old Workshop. Like I said, and we're going to keep it all still daytime. I guess there's also always the shots with the Sleeping Beast guy. I don't think we have to worry about that. With my damage where it's at currently, I might want to keep going more into Vitality then for survivability on the platforming. Especially if I want to try to get to the our little Pyromaniac beast in the workshop. Catch him off guard and not you know, aggro him. Hey, no, Bray, good to see you. About right when I'm about to end things. Remember the old words, bearer of the curse, seek Clest. Blood's beginning when, Loki, bro. I can't deny it, no, Bray. It is approaching. I have to eventually just get over it and like go back and try to at least get a fragment of that perfection. Yeah, so many memes thanks to the community aspects of these games, that's for sure. Though the last one's just Miyazaki. That's just Miyazaki being... He's just being a cheeky little hentai. I don't think we need to... Yeah, I'll just save it for next time. Like, what do I need to level up again?
Welcome.
How much do I need?
Very well then.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll save. We'll save. All right, so... I'll see what I can do with the shots I do have. Like I said, I would love if we got more just like general, you know, close-up wide shots of just these beasts in their natural habitat, but that just ain't happening. I think it might be hard even if I had blue elixirs, and I don't. So we gotta make do with what we got. Now the good news is that, like I said, we pretty much have all the shots, I think, for most of the Bloodborne stuff, except maybe like the Henriques and the Yamamuras. Those might require a little bit more. But I think Meph's wiki will supplement for that. Like, I'll check what she has for those characters first before I try anything else. If not, there's always concept art, I guess. And then with that out of the way, like, Odin's definitely good. Like I said, League almost there. Messengers, I think we're fine. I think I've got enough shots of messengers over the years between the dungeons and everything else that they're in. So I don't think I'm worried too much about getting more shots of them. Plus, I know there's official promo images that feature them, and some of those might be relevant. I think the only thing maybe I want to double check is maybe Cathedral Ward, if I have shots of the messengers on the lever. If I don't, then the goal is going to be trying to get my insight here up high enough that I can see them. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think you need like 20 to 25 insight for something like that, so I don't think we're that far off, all things considered. I think it's just going to take, like, obviously Blood-Starved, probably running all the way to Hemwick and stuff. Obviously, going to the Abandoned Old Workshop is going to help too. Yeah, so all of that's going to contribute. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna need the chalice if we want to do that for any farming and stuff like that. But once we get Blood-Starved Beasts out of the way, that'll be possible. All right. So, in total, I think we did some good progress. Like I said, it's not essential what we were doing here, but it's nice. Help polish up some of my articles on the visual media side. Good way to pass the time as well with you guys. Cool, chill. But I've got a dog I've got to take care of, and I got food that I need to eat. So again, thank you all for everything. But until next time, bye-bye.